Hello, everyone. It's Luna the Zen Witch here on this beautiful sunny spring day. I've got so much sunlight coming in the window that my candle's kind of redundant, but that's okay. We have our candle anyway. I want to start this oracle review with a bit of a smoke cleansing. Hold up. Things never go seamlessly as soon as I hit record, you know? So have some good sage to clear. Reminder that during this pandemic, which is when I'm shooting this, sage does clear 90% of bacteria out of the air. So use your white sage. So today is Friday, and today's oracle review is a deck that I just received as a gift from my dear friend Valerie. Thank you, Val. This is so exciting. She, Hay House had a 50% off sale, and I couldn't do a damn thing about it. And she sent me a gift, and it's incredible. Now, it's going to take a little bit to get this off of here because it's sort of tight. I might actually just tear it because I'm not going to keep this part. No sense going through all this every time. Okay. The sheath is nice. Kinda. But holy crap. All right, we're almost there. There. Now this is going away into the recycle. But look at this beautiful box. This has that magnet closure on the side, which... so satisfying. I love that little click snap when it closes. This is the mystical shaman. So I guess before this goes into the recycle, I should probably read the cover. The Mystical Shaman Oracle Deck and Guidebook by Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron-Reid, Marcela Lobos, illustrated by Jena DellaGrottaglia. On the back here, legends say that before there was time, before there was language, there were sacred symbols. The medicine wheel, the curse, the eagle, the jaguar, and others spoke to us intimately. In their countless manifestations, they offered hope, expressed caution, illuminated opportunity, inspired creation, courted power, and shared knowledge. The sacred symbols belong to the realm of archetypes and the collective unconscious, the spiritual common ground shared by peoples modern and ancient. Now, three master teachers and healers, Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron-Reid, and Marcela Lobos, have brought their wisdom and talents together to offer a doorway into the realm of the sacred symbols with the Mystical Shaman Oracle. When you consult the Oracle, you summon power and insight that can help you understand the present, heal the past, and influence the course of your future. We can become our own prophets and visionaries. We can converse directly with spirit, dialogue with the forces of nature, speak with the great archetypes, the ancient gods, without intermediaries. No one needs to stand between the Creator and you, or between you and the great powers of nature. And then down here, Alberto Villoldo, PhD, is a medical anthropologist who has studied the shamanic healing practices of the Amazon and Andes for more than 25 years. He is the founder of the Four Winds Society, an organization dedicated to the bridging of ancient shamanic traditions with modern medicine and psychology. And then there are his websites, thefourwinds.com and albertovilloldophd.com. Sorry. Colette Baron-Reid is an internationally respected spiritual, intuitive, psychic, medium, educator, and oracle expert. She's the founder of Oracle School, and her best-selling books and oracle cards are published worldwide in 27 languages. I have her Wisdom of Avalon deck, and it's wonderful. Marcela Lobos has been initiated in the healing and spiritual traditions of the Amazon and the Andes. She's senior staff member at the Four Winds Society and co-founder with Alberto Villoldo of Los Cuatro Caminos in South America, and her website is there. Cover design, blah, blah, blah. Published by Hay House. U.S., this retails for $39.99, and I think it was selling from Hay House for like $15, $10, something ridiculous. So, wow, I'm so grateful to have this deck. Look how beautiful. Mystical Shaman Oracle, Deck and Guidebook. Another beautiful image on the back. And then, pop it open. The first of these magnet boxes I had was had Chinese mooncakes in it. And I keep all my Japanese tea ceremony stuff in it. So inside here we have a quote. Before there was time, what's that? There's a speck. Before there was time, before there was language, there were the sacred symbols. Here's the Mystical Shaman Oracle Guidebook. It's an even sturdier paperback than usual. Look how the cover is bigger than the pages. That's really cool. So copyright on this is 2018 by Hay House. And we will get to the book in a mo. Let's look at the cards with a lovely ribbon. And look, another box. So I do want to say that, I mean, the boxes are great, but I think we're a little excessive on the packaging here. There was plastic around all of this. I didn't need this part. And we don't need the inner box, because am I going to get rid of this box? No. I'm going to keep this lovely sturdy box with the ribbon to pull the deck out, but am I going to throw this box away? No. So this packaging is excessive. It's beautiful and way over the top. More images on the front and back. So I kind of get disappointed when we've got people who are obviously enlightened as far as being gentle with the earth goes. Sorry. Shutting off my fan there. As you could tell when I was reading stuff, I was taking my slippers off. I'm shutting my fan off. I'm doing all this stuff. Because, we're enlightened and we know that we have to go lightly on the earth, but are you in on these meetings where we're talking about packaging? Could somebody speak up and say that's too much? Can we please minimize the packaging? Just this box and this deck would have been good. Just this with the book would be good. Rant over. Now I'm going to take a sip of tea. I'm drinking thyme tea because I still am clearing this virus we've had. Not that virus. And this is my cup that has the entire Heart Sutra on it. So here we go. Another ribbon in the box to lift the cards out. So we've got a ribbon to lift the box out of the box with the cards in, out of the box that holds the box with the cards in it, and then a ribbon to lift the cards out of the box within the box with another ribbon. Wow. Backs of the cards. Very earthy and beautiful. And the artwork is stunning. So they are numbered, and they are in alphabetical order. So this is like double organized. Make me happy. The Ancient Ones. The Andean Cross. The Arrow. Let me get this adjusted a bit. Beauty Way. So obviously very connected with the earth-based religion and the native spiritualities. The Beloved. Yes, they're very evocative images. I really like, I mean, the artwork is rich. It just pulls me in. Those rich colors. I love color. The Blade. The Child. They're simple enough to be really impactful, but they're rich. I mean, we see phases of the moon going on here. So there's sort of an essence of something in growth, something going through phases. The Circle. Look at those. Completion with the Ouroboros, the serpent swallowing its own tail. This in the middle really isn't something, a depiction of anything. It just looks like a design. The Corn. The Council. Just beautiful. Wow. The Coyote. In those eyes. The Crow. Very totemic. I love corvids. The curse. Ooh. The eyes. I am loving the eyes in these images. You know, they are windows. They are windows. There's a chant that we used to do at Mother Drum of Grandmother, I see you sitting, and we go through all the chorus. Grandmother, I see you sitting in the east. You are sacred. You are looking at me. Just this idea of being regarded by spirit. But this is the curse. So I'm going to set that one aside to look up. Interested to see how they spell that one out. The drum. Eagle. Earth. Ah, look at her. Yeah. These cards are going to be easy to make a personal connection with. The Earth Keeper. Fire. Flow. Look at the water flowing between. I mean, like I said, they're rich images, but they're simple images as well. There's not a lot of different symbols and, you know, things that you have to sort of wade through. This one is the Gatherer. Oof. The Ghost Dance. Drawing on Native American tradition heavily. The Giveaway. Look at the feathers. The Heart of Sky. Waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. Come on, there we go. Again, the connection with the eyes. The Holy Mountain. The Hummingbird. The Hunter. Oh. What do we have there? We've got, he's got the antlers on, and I see a bear. You know, these images too, if you look at kind of the swirls and things, I know that if I were in ritual and in trance state and using these cards, I'd probably be seeing all kinds of stuff in these images. Jaguar. The Journey. Lightning. Can I just eat this one? It makes me the lower world. Words are escaping me today. The Luminous Warrior. Oh, look at him. Magic. So I like the way these concepts are personified here. Many Paths. The Medicine Wheel. We've got a leopard or a jaguar, a hummingbird, an eagle, I think that's an eagle, and a snake. Middle World. I'm going to look that one up too. The Moon. The Mystical Shaman. Interesting. He looks like he's blowing smoke out, and there's another face coming out of the smoke. And the eagle against the moon. The owl. Pachamama. That's South American native tradition. The rainbow. The Rainmaker. Dancing the rain into being. I love it. The rattle. Uh-oh. We're going to turn that one over. Sorry. The Sacrifice. The Seer. Cool. The Serpent. The Smoky Mirror. Look at the Buddha. Where'd you come from all of a sudden? We're going to look him up too. The Sorcerer. Soul Retrieval. The Spiral. The Staff. Standstill. The Sun. The Sweat Lodge. Taming the Wind. Thunder. Time Master. The Tree of Life. Upper World. The Vision Quest. So we have Middle World. Did we have a Lower World? I'm going to look in a second. The Vision Quest. Water. Wild Woman. Wind. The Witness. And then we're at the end. So we have 64 cards. And let me see, do we have Lower World here? Hunter, Jaguar, Journey, Lightning, the Lower World. Yes, so we have the upper, the lower, and the middle. And I'm not going to look all of those things up because we only have so much time. And I got to say for a second here, I need to adjust my shoulders. I have been sewing masks for a solid week, and I've delivered over 100 of them, and it's kicking my ass as far as my neck and shoulders go. So I'm in a lot of pain. And that's why I'm taking today as a day off from sewing to shoot videos, because I just have to sit here. All right, so let's take a look at the book without knocking our candle over. So we've got the list of books by Alberto Villoldo. The Four Insights was his book, by Colette Baron-Reid. These are books. Her decks are the Enchanted Map Oracle cards, the Good Tarot, the Oracle of E, Postcards from Spirit, the Wisdom of Avalon, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and Wisdom of the Oracle. I'd love to have like all of those. All of them. You know, I want all the decks. You guys know that. Okay, there are the cards, again in numerical and alphabetical order. There's a message from the authors. The Law of Synchronicity, the double motion of the Oracle. This looks interesting. Let's see. An oracle is by nature in motion. The symbols are alive, and reading them is like following the jaguar tracking a scent in the rainforest, leading us through the thick brush into the clearing. Each card represents something that is known, while simultaneously pointing the way towards something that is not known, but that toward which they are reaching is also in motion. As everything in the cosmos is in flux, the dynamic communion with the symbol where you invite the image into your heart has a transforming effect on this moment of your life. Simple answers do not transform our spirit. In consulting this oracle, you will be disappointed if you expect definitive answers such as, yes, you should take the job offer. An oracle only does service when you claim your individual responsibility. Truth. It is meant to assist you in the process of making a decision or to clarify an issue when you feel the need for guidance. Indeed. I do want to say something here, though I'm not disagreeing with them in any way. This is just an yes and here. The simple answers do not transform the spirit. Something I have discovered over the years is that the greater the truth, so this isn't really applicable to the oracle. Hold on, I'm opening my window. It's a gorgeous day, and it's getting warm in here. The oracle answers are going to be, like they said, not simple, not, yes, you should do this or no. It's a deep answer in order to give you insight into something and in order to unlock your own wisdom. Now, I have discovered over the years that the greater the truth, when we're just talking about spiritual truths, the greater the truth, the simpler it is, because the very simple answers cover way more territory than the really drilled down complex answers. So in terms of spiritual truth, there is just an exquisite simplicity about the messages and the answers that you get from Spirit, the truth about existence, about the unity of the universe. I mean, when you get to the point of understanding that everything is connected, it's all one thing, How much simpler can you get than one thing? We're all one thing. So anyway, I do agree with them, though, as they are stating it there. So let's look up the ones that I pulled out. Let's look up the curse. How Plutonian am I that the first thing I want to learn about is the curse here. But again, you know, this deck isn't dealing with just love and light. We're dealing with the truth of the whole range of things, and the curse is part of that. So I'm just very interested in how they explain this. Okay, that's Eagle. What is this? It's number 14. And look at each card has the symbol here and just 3 short paragraphs. That's lovely. So they're talking about it not being simple answers, but they're not throwing pages and pages to slog through. So just overall, I'm liking this. So the first paragraph is called the essence. There's the essence, the invitation, and the medicine with each card. The essence. The curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events of our lives. It is the source of negative patterns, and it can show up as a disease, a destructive force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in our life can heal it. There's a lot right there. That's really, really good. And I want to take a second here to talk about the whole idea of curse, because there's a whole group of shysters that prey on the gullible. They call themselves psychics. They prey on the gullible by spinning this yarn about, oh, there's been a curse put on your family, and if you pay me this much, I can take it off. I think all of you know what I'm talking about. So I actually had neighbors that came at me with this stuff, and it's like, no. Here's where to go. And I'd done readings for them once, but then I knew them so well that it's like, I can't read for you. You guys need to go. And so I just kept pointing them in the direction of good, ethical, reputable psychics. Please do this. Go to somebody that's going to give you real information and not just try to bilk you out of money. So that's a little aside here. Let's look at the invitation. It is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? Were you a slave or a master in a past life? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. So this is breaking your own curse, looking at the patterns, the toxic patterns in families, the toxic patterns of codependency. And studies have shown that the toxic patterns of families get passed down genetically, that even though behaviors might skip a generation, for instance, if there was alcoholism in a family and, violent domestic abuse, and the people in the next generation avoid those behaviors and do their work, those patterns still show up in future generations, that there's a familial track to some of these toxic disease lines, I guess we could say. I can't come up with words. Psychological toxic patterns. So we can look at those toxic patterns and call it, this is what a curse is. This is the nature of a curse. It's something that is perpetuated. It's abuse that gets perpetuated, because that's how abuse travels, is, the behaviors get passed down. I grew up in an alcoholic family where no one drank, because my mother grew up with alcoholism, and she had behaviors that were put in place because of that. So that curse got handed down, and I did my best to break it. Now, I'm sure there are still things that will continue and get handed down, because acting in opposite of behaviors that caused you trauma is not healing a trauma. So, for instance, if parents were absent and there are abandonment issues, and the next generation says, I'm never going to let that happen, I'm always going to be there for my kids, and then you end up smothering them, you end up with the same toxicity but just the opposite side of the coin. So true healing is about grappling with the toxicity inside yourself. And you can look at the trauma that was caused to you and the nature of it, and and how it felt, and you can grieve that. But until you recognize, I am perpetuating this through the behaviors that I learned, and you take responsibility for altering those behaviors, true healing doesn't really happen. You just keep perpetuating on the other side of the coin, if you understand what I'm saying. So let's look at the medicine. So we had the essence of it, and then the invitation was asking us questions to look at our own behaviors. And here it says, the medicine, be aware of your actions. That's what I was just saying, your own behaviors. Act with impeccable intention so as not to create a debt or karma that sooner or later someone has to pay. What you do to others, you also do to yourself and to the people who you love the most. Now you have the opportunity to clean it up. This is wonderful. Yes. Big yes to these cards. Val, thank you so much. Okay. Let's look at 36, which was the middle world, and that should give us a clue as to the upper and the inner and the lower. The middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality. Let's just take a little peek at the difference, and I won't read through the whole thing here. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. The middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality. The upper world says angels, divine helpers, the ancient ones, and all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It is the place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you will become, discover your great potentials and undreamt of possibilities. There is a Kelly Howell guided meditation called Retrieve Your Destiny that is like my favorite, especially when I'm stuck or blocked, because it has you dumping your load, and it's incredibly effective. So that's ringing my bell big time. So let's just kind of look at the essence of this. So the lower world, treasures of humanity, it's a place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. So this is diving down into the unconscious. In the medicine, are you one of those people who do not like to face the past? Now your past is calling to be acknowledged, to be heard, to be embraced. So this is digging deep into the patterns of our past and our unconscious. The medicine of the middle world, do not try to connect in the earth what needs to be correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in the heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering are not readily available to you yet, so it's important to ask for help from the invisible realms. So day-to-day reality is the middle world and the playground of the living. All right, this is getting pretty deep. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. So day-to-day reality, it talks about accepting reality and moving forward. And then the upper world, ask your divine helpers for guidance. So there's a time to go mining the underground stuff. There's a time to move forward in daily life. There's a time to ask for help with the upper world. Lovely. Lovely. I love these. And I want to tell you, I went through these once. I opened them when I got them. I went through them once, and they've been sitting on my nightstand with my fingers itching, waiting for the time to do a video and get through them so I can really start to read with them, because wow. And it's a gift deck. Special. Okay, the smoky mirror. The smoky mirror represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world, the mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious causality. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial or the inability or refusal to see the truth. That's a really cool image. It's right there. Yeah, I can't see myself in the mirror. I'm seeing an illusion of myself. That's really great. And the medicine here, invitation, when the symbol appears, you're invited to see beyond yourself, your own self. Medicine, understanding the shadow of the human journey, requires that you go deep into your story to discover the wound that prevents you from seeing the truth of your current situation. So we're looking at the past kind of like the lower world, but we're particularly looking for that wound that is applicable to right now and keeping you from going forward or seeing the truth. It's your point of denial. So again, these are just, I'm finding these just prompts from the writings to just really pulling out my own wisdom, immediately pulling out my own wisdom. I'm not struggling to understand what these cards mean. They're ringing something in me and the wisdom is coming out. So, excellent deck. Aside from the excessive packaging, this is a gorgeous, absolutely luminous, beautiful deck given as a gift. I cannot tell you how much that means, especially in these times, when I'm sitting here and we're saving every single penny so that we make sure we have the things that we need. And to get a gift like this is truly amazing. Okay, back in the box with the ribbon, in the box with the ribbon, with the book, with the nice little... So thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I send you all kinds of blessings in these very, very trying times. And go to my ritual for the apocalypse and let's pray together every now and again, huh? Okay, everybody. Stay well and stay safe. And I will see you next time. This is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.